Manager Dave Bassett came to Elland Road, there were no empty seats. Over 46,000 saw the Southern League Wombles take on mighty Leeds. Peter Lorimer was in the Leeds team that day. In fact, he missed a penalty, and he must have said to himself, here we go again, when Wimbledon took the lead with a dream of a volley from Steve Kettridge. Leeds had barely had a look in, but a ghastly mistake changed all that. There seemed no danger from Harvey's clearance until Martin missed his kick. Tommy Wright thanked him for the invitation to go on and shoot the equaliser. It was a mistake that turned the tide, and when Gary Hampson's long ball sprang the offside trap, Andy Ritchie took it on the chest, Wimbledon took it on the chin. Martin and his fellow defenders were struggling to contain Leeds now. The pace of Wright was too much for Morris. The little Scot got away from his pursuer, and Ritchie arrived to roll in the cross, gratefully. But the best goal of the lot had everything. First, a touch of tenacity. Then an air of arrogance, and a classic curling finale. Scott Sellers, the scorer, best of the season, said some Leeds diehards. By now, Wimbledon were wishing they were back on the Common, if not in the Southern League. And the defence was nowhere to be seen when Sellers celebrated that goal by setting up the next. Andy Ritchie's hat-trick just 4 minutes later. As a contest, it was all over, but there was still time for Kevin Gage first to win the ball and then deliver the perfect cross. Alan Cork popped up with the clearest header he'll have all season. 5-2 then, and 10 years on, a result that wiped away a few bad memories for Peter Lorimer.
Yeah, obviously the last time they were here was way back in the early 70s when they were at non-league side, and they played very well and they got a draw, and it wasn't a particularly happy day for me because I missed the penalty, but today it's been a lot better. We've played well, we've won very well, we've scored some good goals, and that puts us right in amongst the league leaders again.
If I can just take you back to 1975, everyone remembers that penalty. Can you just sort of talk us through it and the way Dickie Guy made the save?
Yeah, well, it was a very muddy day, and we weren't playing well at all, and they were frustrating us, and big crowd, and we were really getting frustrated, and we got a penalty not long to go in the game, and I thought, well, good, this is it, at least we can get this game over with. And sure enough, when it's a day like we were having, I went up and mishit it completely, and the lad made a good save, Dickie Guy, and they took us down to Crystal Palace, and we scraped through in the end.
And Dick Guy, the man who's performed heroics this afternoon, who's saved everything that's been flung at him, has the most thankless task any goalkeeper in football can have, to try to save a penalty by dead shot. Peter Lorimer, the man that could kill Wimbledon after a brave fight. Here he goes. He saved it. Dick Guy can have the freedom of Wimbledon this weekend. They could make him a freeman of the borough.
The scourge of Lorimer and Leeds that day, almost 10 years ago, Dickie Guy is now leading a somewhat quieter life in Bromley in Kent as a building and decorating contractor. He says he prefers putting up breeze blocks to blocking shots these days, though he did play the game until last season. But Dickie does still have a host of memories about that marvellous day at Elland Road.
The last 5 minutes, it was Roy the Rover stuff, really. It was holding him to 0-0, and then to get a penalty against us in the last 5 minutes was disheartening, but luckily enough, it all works out right.